Hello Crow Flock! Welcome to a very different kind of video where today I'm going to be showing you how to extract every bit of meat from a lobster. A lot of people think there's only meat in the tail. This is actually very false. There's meat in the entirety of this lobster, and a lot of that just goes to waste when people are preparing them. So I'm going to show you how to get every single bit. So first I'll show you how to extract the tail. You're going to grab the top of it firmly and the tail, and you're just going to twist it back and forth. It might take a little bit of effort. You're going to hear those cracking noises, and that's how you know you're doing it correctly. And then you're going to pull the tail off. Now, there's going to be the intestines and stuff right there. We're just going to wash those off, and then I'll show you how to get the meat. Now that we've washed off both the lobster tail and the lobster torso, we're going to need to get a bowl so that we can have some place to put all that meat that we're going to get. Now any bowl, usually like a medium-sized bowl, kind of like this, you know. Nothing too fancy schmancy. Okay. For this tail, we're going to set the head aside for now. We're going to get some scissors and we're going to cut along here until the shell is at a point where you can kind of break it off and get the meat out. I have a nice pair of scissors here. We're just going to cut. Some lobsters is going to be harder than others because some have harder shells and some are not as hard, I guess. I didn't really phrase that very well. But yeah, just cut along the middle of the lobster. You might cut a little bit into the meat, but that's okay because we're going to actually need to cut in a little bit to the meat for this next part. Make sure not to be wasting any bits. Because lobster's expensive, and if you're not going out and literally diving for this lobster, like my dad did, you're not going to be one of wasting any bit of it. Okay, there we go. We've kind of gotten the shell off. Now, in this tail, there's actually something that you don't really want to be eating. The lobster eggs and a weird little, I think it's a tendon or something that's in there. So we're going to take this top part and pull it back. And there's this little gross little tendon that you're going to want to remove because you can't eat that. And we'll put that in our meat bowl. And here, there's the rest of the tendon. As you can see, we'll just pull that out. There. Beautiful lobster tail. Now, I'm going to clean this up and we'll show you how to get the meat from the head. For this next part, we're just going to remove all of the extremities of the lobster. All these legs, the little feelers in the front. Just remove all the legs, because there's actually meat in these that you can extract using a special technique. For these front ones, you're going to want to be careful. Maybe use the scissors, because they're especially spiky. Now, this is a specific type of lobster that doesn't have claws. I know how to extract mostly from these guys, but if I ever get my hands on a lobster with claws, I'll make sure to show you how to do that. This next part of the tutorial is probably going to surprise you a bit. What you're going to want to do is grab a nice hefty rolling pin. I have one that's made from marble here, so it's nice and heavy and good. Then you're just going to take a lobster leg, break it in half, put one half under the rolling pin, and you're just going to roll that meat out. See? Little bits of meat that would go to waste. You might think that's so much effort for just to get a tiny bit of extra meat. But trust me, when you go through all these legs, you're going to have a substantial amount of meat that you're going to get. See? That's a better way to, that's a better extraction I got. So you're just going to repeat this process for all of the legs. And then I'll show you how to get the meat out of the feelers. Okay, now that we've rolled all the meat out of the legs, I'm going to show you how to get meat out of these feeler dudes. Okay, first you're going to snap very carefully the top part of these feelers off. Ow, I just got poked a little bit. These things are really spiky. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah. Ow! Never mind, I'll just use the scissors. So we're going to cut the top part of these feelers off. The long bits. Oh, almost flew away from me there. And we're going to snap this little bit off. There's actually meat in these too. So for these, you're going to do the same thing you did with the lobster legs. You're just going to put your body weight on it and roll them out. And sometimes there's meat in them, sometimes there's not. Looks like we didn't really get anything from these. We'll try these next, these little front feelers. I don't know what these are. I don't know the biology of lobsters super well. I just knew how to get their meat out of their exoskeletons. We're going to take these and we'll roll them. There we got a little bit of meat. Now that may look insignificant, but remember this video is titled How to Get Every Single Bit of Meat Out of a Lobster, and I'm showing you how to do exactly that. Now these, again, you're going to want to be careful because these are very spiky. Ow. If you have gloves or something, that would be great, but I don't have that, so I'm just going to have to suffer through the pain. Ow! Yeah, you can cut them open like that, or you could get your rolling pin again, just crush it a little bit, and then flake off that shell, and get all that beautiful, delicious lobster flesh out from the inside. Absolutely beautiful. And there we have it, people. Look at that. That's all the meat we're able to extract. This is all the extra stuff that you can get. A lot of people just do the tail. So look at all that extra meat. That's like another half of a tail right there. And there's all the discarded shells. You can throw that away, or you can actually grind it up and use it as compost. But I'm not going to do that because I'm way too lazy to do that. Hey, look, it's a bun! It's a bunny! Wow! But yeah, great lobster, get your money's worth, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.